Good morning. It's about 1 p.m. Sunday, November 30th, 2025. And up till about an hour and a half ago, the power was out. So that was annoying. We had relatively decent sized snowstorm last night. And I guess at some point overnight, some tree fell or something. Actually don't know what happened, but the power was out. Moved all my fridge contents outside because it was like 28 degrees outside, and right after I did that, the power came back on. So now that I have power, it's time to do a recap. In November, I plan to lose 5 pounds just like every other month, and I gotta say this is probably my worst performance yet. According to the scale this morning, I weighed 212 pounds. It's been fluctuating. I think it's probably more like 210. Maybe ate a lot of salty food last couple days, but regardless, we're talking about at least 3 pounds, potentially 5 pounds gained over the past month, which is pretty much the opposite of what I'm trying to do. So not great at all. In December, we're just going to be doing damage control pretty much, try and get back on track, at least maintain. So maybe the goal should just be don't gain anymore. Let's just keep it where it is and then go into 2026 with a fresh start. We're making our video for December. That's all normal. I did think about recording some content for one of the secret goals, and I didn't do that. That was more extra credit that I didn't do. I think today I'm going to end up recording and editing most of this video because tomorrow's a work day, and I don't really want to be fully editing the video from scratch after work. So it might be more of a edit most of it today, we'll just finish it up tomorrow type deal. But in general, videos are going fine, and I'll probably continue doing them next year. We'll see. I do need to figure out what I'm going to do for my December end of month video. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do an end of month video for December and a January 1st video, or if I'll just slam that all into one big video. Something tells me the algorithm doesn't like if you post more than one video on the same day. What I might do is record a video for December and release it on the last day of the year, and then also release a January 1st video. Not really sure yet, but there will be at least a January 1st video that may also encompass my December update. We'll see. Anyway, on to the secret goals. The first secret goal was kind of a messy one. It was a little bit of a failure, but I think I redeemed a bit in the end. I'll tell you what I mean. So my first secret goal was a carryover from last month. I wanted to ride my bike 3 times a week, which was also a goal last month, I think, right? And I failed last month. This month I also failed. I got in a couple rides on Zwift. I did a race. We did Kern Park Cross. That's my team's race. And aside from that, I didn't do a whole lot of riding. I did not really have motivation after work to do any riding. More than anything, I just felt tired at the end of the day. Even before the end of the day, like early afternoon, I was getting tired really quick. I was pretty much not getting very good sleep during the week, but I was still waking up early on the weekends for some reason. So not getting enough sleep on the weekends either. I was just not feeling like I had enough energy to exercise 3 times a week, at least not on the bike. So after 2 weeks in the middle of the month, I pretty much decided that goal was not happening. What I really thought would help me is just getting my body back into the rhythm of regular exercise. My plan for how to make that happen was just to do at least a little bit of exercise every day. I basically just went out and walked at least 30 minutes, sometimes like 45 minutes up to an hour. Usually I did that after work when it was dark and cold, but it's only, throw on your shoes, put on a hat and gloves and go out for a walk. That's pretty easy to do. So that's exactly what I did. I went out every day. I walked 1 or 2 days. I did ride on Zwift, and I think just getting out and making sure I got my body moving and getting my blood pumping, I felt more tired at night, which helped me fall asleep quicker. And I think it actually helped improve my sleep slightly, not entirely. I still need to refocus on that, I think. But something about just getting a little bit of exercise every day, I feel like helps my body get back into more of a rhythm. So first half of the month, riding 3 times a week, total fail. Second half of the month, exercising every day, total success. I'm hoping that this sort of base of getting my body used to exercising every day, it will help me jumpstart back into riding more regularly. And I don't really do fat biking or any other winter style riding, so it'll probably be entirely on Zwift. We do have a event next weekend called Santa Cycle Rampage. That's going to be an outdoor ride. It's a big group ride. Everybody dresses up as Santa. That'll probably be my only outdoor ride of the month unless it gets really warm all of a sudden. But I do want to get back into riding regularly. I already have plans to do more riding next year. I'll be more specific about that in the January 1st video. But I want to get a head start on training for some of the events I have planned as early as possible. So that basically means now. We'll call that goal a 50% fail, 50% success. The next secret goal is one of the pretty much straightforward, just achieving one thing goals. I wanted to change the oil on my car. It's overdue. It's been like 2 years since I've had my oil changed. I probably only have put on like 2,000 or 3,000 miles on the car since then. I don't drive very much, but it's still a good idea to change it from time to time. I've never changed my oil on this car. I have a 2013 BMW 128i. Pretty small car. It's reliable. I've always taken my cars, at least since I've driven BMWs, to the dealer to get the oil changed because they do it pretty much at cost. I think they tack on like $20 or something. However, I recently needed to replace my battery, and I called up the dealer to get a quote on that, and they quoted me $850 to change the battery, which is insane because the battery at most costs like $250 for like the best battery on this car. So I said, thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to do it myself. And that's exactly what I did. There is a little bit of extra bullshit you have to do to change a battery on a BMW. So I had to learn a little bit more about the car and the electronics to do it properly. But in general, it's a pretty easy job. So I got that swapped cheaply. I decided, no way in hell am I taking this shit to the dealer to get the oil done, because now it costs like $120 or something like that to get an oil job. It costs like $50 to DIY it. I had to buy a bunch of stuff up front to be able to do the job, but the actual job itself is really easy. I've done oil changes on every other car I've owned. It's even easier on BMWs because the oil filter's in the top. Kind of wish I would have taken some footage of this, but I took a couple pictures. Maybe I'll put those up now. My brother came over to help out, so that was fun. Yeah, just changed the oil. Took like half an hour. Wasn't very hard at all, and it was pretty cheap. And now that I have a jack stands, pan to catch fluids, all that kind of stuff, I feel like I can do more things on my car. It's probably going to need brakes in a couple of years. Probably needs a coolant flush. I don't know what else it might need. This felt like a good way to get into just working on my own car, trying to save some money. Try to keep this machine going for as long as possible. It only has about 70,000 miles on it, despite being a 2013. Again, I don't drive very much. Feels like I should be able to keep this car going for a really long time. And I really like this car, so I want to do that. So this goal was a great success. That's kind of what I expected. It's not that hard to change oil on a car. Honestly, the biggest hurdle was just figuring out everything I needed, all the equipment, and actually acquiring it. But yeah, that was a good success. Third secret goal, kind of related to that one. My garage is a nice big 2-car garage. It has a bunch of storage. It's got all sorts of hooks and things to hold ladders and tools on the walls. One thing it doesn't have is lights. There are 2 lights in the garage, one on the garage door opener and one tiny single bulb light pretty much right next to the garage door opener. I don't know who planned this dumb garage, but they were not thinking about spending any time in the garage at night. And since we're into the winter months now, it gets dark pretty early. I've already had the problem of trying to do work on my motorcycle and my car, and it's too dark, and I'm trying to get flashlights and stuff in there. Just can't see anything in the garage at night. So this goal was to put proper lighting in the garage. and I did a very small amount of research. I found these 4-foot LED strips are pretty cheap on Amazon. They connect with these daisy chain cords and plug into an outlet, or you can hardwire them. I needed a bunch of bullshit adapters to actually get everything hooked up, but in general, it was pretty easy to set up. And let me tell you, it's night and day. All right, we're in the garage. It's 5 p.m., pretty much dark outside. This is the original lighting setup. We've got the garage opener light, and then this tiny single bulb. Pretty dark, especially in the corners, and can't really see much if you're working on a car or whatever. And here's the new light setup. As I said, pretty much night and day. These are 4-foot Barina LED shop lights. I think it was like $56 on sale on Amazon for 8 of them. I did have to get a bunch of random little adapters and extensions to get it to reach this mess right here. Still got to figure out how to mount that. But I think it looks pretty dang good, and it definitely, functionally, is way better. So, highly recommend. I'll put an affiliate link in the description. I think I can do that now. I signed up for the Amazon affiliate program. I also mounted this piece of plywood on the wall there. I'm guessing it was a scrap from this. It was just in the garage when I moved in. So I mounted that up there so I can get my chargers, so I can charge the batteries for my Milwaukee tools and also my Ryobi outdoor stuff. These things. And yeah, it's been awesome. So hopefully this will make working on the car and the motorcycle a lot nicer when it's dark out. Might be a while before that comes out. I consider that to be quite an upgrade. Pretty cheap, pretty easy to do. Honestly, the hardest part was going back and forth on the random adapters and stuff. So, highly recommend. Go get yourself some 4-foot LED lights for your garage. Pretty good success on that goal, I would say. So that's about it for the secret goals this month. It's kind of a grab bag of things. Stay tuned for next month's video and or the January 1st video. Considering how poorly the weight loss is going, you can expect that the next couple videos are probably going to be heavy on diet and fitness content. I really want to do better next year in that regard. So stay tuned for that. Have a good December. Happy holidays. Happy Hogla days. And happy Honda days. Have a good one.